Okay, this is our house in Hampton Falls. It's a 3-bedroom post and beam, 2 wood wood stoves and a giant fireplace. Everything here was built from the trees that they took from the lot, and they milled them at Seacoast Mills. We took down another 400 plus, but you can't really even tell by looking because the lot is just so gigantic. Our driveway, we just found out, was 520 feet long. The structure in the backyard was made from the trees from the lot. This is a giant maple that fills with blooms. That is a hybrid apple, crab apple. These are both apple trees from Apple Crest Orchards, and they used to make hard cider with the Apple Crest farmers back there in that shed. That's another shed made from the trees from the lot. And at the end of the street is a dead end that you can ride like a bicycle over it, but it's a covered bridge with a waterfall. And so this is an idyllic place for kids, for safety. There's a pond over there. If I can zoom in on that, there we go. Duck pond. And so there's ducks in the morning and frogs at night. Very, very pastoral. You can hear birds, I'm sure. Plenty of space for kids. Very unique. There's an obnoxious little kitty. He's trying to get out. I won't let him. Get out of here, you. And everything in the house was made from the trees from the original lot. The guy was a merchant marine. He owned the Hampton Marina. Now he owns the Brentwood Marina. His name is John Fitzpatrick. Feel free to look him up. Cool guy. I've called him once or twice. The reason we're doing this is because we want a garage. Because right now, this is our garage. Going to go in the kitchen. This is the entryway to the house. There's brick everywhere. The brick is from an old schoolhouse that was dismantled, I believe out of Barrington, New Hampshire, what he told me. That's a wood cubby. This is our kitchen. All post and beam, all milled wood for the ceiling as well as the floors and all the trim work. The guy was a master craftsman, and they hired some builders that were as well. All the bricks are situated such that they could hang things off of them and put around this Vermont casting stove. And you can see the wide pine stairs have holes in them. That's why you can see that annoying little kitty who's a glutton for attention. The heat goes right up the stairs, heats up the whole house. You don't need anything other than that wood stove. Of course, we have a very modern oil boiler as well, but we fill it twice a year, the oil tank, if that, maybe 1.5 times. Little downstairs bathroom. We have 2 children under 2 years old. There's the stairway that wraps around the brickwork. They fired original builder who refused to do that. It was too hard, and they wanted it because they saw it in a Christmas card. Very nostalgic people, and so they got the builder that they wanted. We've had head colds. Apologies. That beam there is from the grandmother of the builders, and that's from a roof rafter on her barn in Vinyl Haven Island, Maine. That is probably 210 years old. This is over 250 years old, this heat register. It works. It's from a mansion that she had up there. They had money. They didn't go for loans. View out the bay window. This is the view from my office of the pond out there. It's nice. Very, very meticulous. The wood was made, the bricks were set up so that you could stack wood on them. Of course, we have baby junk and stuff we have to keep away from babies. This is the view up the staircase. Again, all the brick is obviously used brick. That's why it's painted multiple colors. This was because they only had one of these beams left. And you can see how big they are. It's a huge tree. And they were going to put an electrical conduit in there. And they thought, instead of getting an outside piece of wood, we're going to use it as a little accoutrement to the house. And they had like some sort of a little ceramic thing in there that held something, a keepsake. We used it because the little kids like to play with their books in there. Cedar closets. The light really comes into that room. I'll show you that in a minute. That's an Indian closet, i.e. Native American closet. These floors, by the way, are all hard pine. You can see the the width is the width of a hardwood floor, but they're made out of pine. I've never otherwise seen such. I'm not saying that they're unique to this house, but definitely not typical. Our bedroom, again, more brickwork. It's not quite built in, but you can't easily remove it. Another wood stove, that's a Ben Franklin. Hearth built right into the room there. View of the pond. More hard pine. Bathroom is wide pine again. Bathroom's huge. More built-ins. Annoying other little kitty who wants water from the sink. This is the Indian closet. Basically, the thought here was that as the natives were going to raid your house, you would hang, and we've got a bunch of junk in here, but you hang your stuff from the pole here. And it would block, basically, everything up to here, you know, the vision. So you'd open the closet and go, oh, just a bunch of clothes. But actually, you're hiding back there. We don't really have a huge problem with Native American raids, so we don't use that closet for much other than keeping our luggage in it. But these are kind of neat. Side by side cedar closets, you know, for moth proofing and whatnot. They smell really nice. I can't convey that over video, obviously. This is the room everybody wants to stay in when they come over, especially my wife's girlfriends. The light all trickles and bounces all over the ceiling in the morning because that's east over there. So shut these. And I think that almost does it. I'm not going to cover much in the basement. The basement's finished. We have a whole nother living room down there. What is neat is the stairs, and there's also a couple of time capsules. That's a time capsule. He told me if I want to break it open, go ahead. He's not going to tell me what's in there. It's kind of neat. And there's another one downstairs in the bottom of the brickwork, but you know, no need to do anything like that. It's finished down there. It's nice. It's all, again, stained urethane, and this is a nice room, but you can tell that we have a little bit too much toys for kids. Another nice feature is we have a water softening system and built-in shelves, so we have a lot of space. Tons of space. You can see how big those beams are and why they had to make use of what they had. More built-ins. Pantry. I'm not turning on the lights. I could just do that instead, but then I'd have to get in front of the camera. Okay. And that brings you to our house in Hampton Falls. One last view of the kitchen. Yes, that is the Brady Bunch you hear. So the word that people use to describe this house, oh, forgot one final thing. Also made from the original wood. The spice rack. They sort of bolted it right to the beam. It's painted, ironically. Everything else is wood gray, is just wood color. That's our house.